going live. What's up, party people? Today we're going to be making some new explosive rounds in Godot, in the game engine. I got a haircut, and I had a medical school interview today, which went swimmingly. So I'm feeling good, feeling real good. Anyway, this is our game here. I'll go ahead and show you real quick if my computer can handle it. So let's see, how's that? That's all right. That's a good amount of me. So I added some new ordnance. I haven't. So this is Mortars, and I haven't added a new image for it. As you can see, I'm just using the same image as the shell. But this is a much wider kind of version of that. So it does less damage, but it has a much larger radius. Whereas this has a way smaller radius, but does just a ton of damage. So it does. I actually need to fix this. So this is damage 0, and it actually does 2 damage with a radius of 50. Whereas I think I might make the radius bigger. Yeah, I definitely want to make the radius bigger. Whereas this does 5 damage with a radius of 25, which is pretty small. Yeah, you can see how small that is. So yeah, I'm gonna be getting into that today. So I think I'll quickly. I'm trying to do this here. Okay. So
whereas this does 5 damage with a radius of 25.
So I can't use my iPad, so I've just got my phone here, and then I can just see if you guys chat on the phone. I'm using normal latency, which is a little slower than regular. So basically, that means that you're going to be hearing what I'm saying right now quite a few seconds after I say it, which is fine. But just keep that in mind if you chat with me. But I'm going to be pretty attentive, or try to be. So real quick, get something boring out of the way. Is that I want to go into the. I gotta close. There's way too many of these. This is not the boring part. Well, I mean it is, but not the boring part I was referring to. Positioner, bullet, shotgun bullet. So, flash mortars. Might need that. Plutonium counter. Don't need that. Main. Landing dust effect. Items. Need that. HUD. Head. Don't need that. Globals. Earth, drop pod, damage. Oh, well that's stupid. I shouldn't have done that. I don't need that. Base turret, base. Oh, I probably will need that base turret script, but whatever. Base bull, or yeah, whatever I'm doing. I don't even know, you guys. Okay, this, and then I might need this. Okay. Now that I've done that, I want to come into items here. And so we can see with mortars, I put damage at 0 and then total damage at 2. It's doing 2.5 damage, not 2 damage. That's why I just made it this. But I think we can go ahead and make this. I think this could easily. Because it's 2.5. Ooh, that's loud. I'm gonna make this 2 damage and make the radius, I think 75, and I think that should be better. But then this is basically just going to take on those abilities. So now what we're gonna do is make a new ordnance type. So I'm just going to, in fact, I'll actually take this guy. And okay, now rather than 100mm shell, I think I'll just call this tear gas. Rear gas. Tear gas. So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be like this kind of area of effect gas that kind of slows down, and I don't think it'll damage them. It's just going to slow them down, right? And so yeah, it's called ordnance. Cost 20. I think we'll just make all ordnance 20. Maybe I'll balance the cost later. Oh. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That didn't sound right. Wow. Oh my god. I mean, it felt good, but that was like a very solid crack. Kind of scary. Anyway. Yes, damage. The damage on this one actually is going to be 0. Oh yeah, so this is what I thought about doing, is that for all of these, what I want to do is make a new thing here, and this is going to be called info. Okay, and then this is going to be an array of the info that should be included on this card. So for this one, it's going to be the damage. It's going to be, don't need the cost. Shot scene, do damage, and then radius. That's it, actually, for that one. And then we need a comma. And we'll do that. Stick this here. For mortars, I think it is working. So rather than damage, I could do total damage. Yeah, I'll come back to that one because I don't want to spend too much time on this part because this isn't any fun for you guys to watch. But then for tear gas, I do want to have damage, radius, and then I also would like to have slowing. Yeah, slowing. And then yeah, okay. So yeah, well, like I said, this is going to slow something down. I don't. Oh, that's because don't have that there. Finish it off. Now for the slowing, the reason I pause there is because I don't quite know. Let's say, like, I want everything to move at, like, let's say 50% of the speed, right? But then when I want this to when I want this to show slowing, right? Why is it not? Oh. I'm going to want it to show 50%, not 0.5. So then I'd have to code that, I'd hard code that in. Like I would have to say if slowing then this, but I don't really want to do that. So whatever. Well, we'll just do it that way. I think people get the picture if you're slowed by 0.5. Anyway, so now let's get to actually making that, which should be quite a bit more fun. I had one idea, which was to just take this shell class and then, you know, make it actually just, which I actually think I still want to do. So essentially, I'm between making a whole new class and just using this shell class, which, go ahead and open up here. So this is it. It's a simple thing that just goes down fast and then spawns the shell type when it hits the ground. So actually, I guess that would be okay. Yeah, I think that would be okay. Bar explosion, preload. What's this? Okay. Okay, now ladies. Yeah. Okay, so this is basically just taking, you know, go downward, because this is, if you've never seen this before, we take our ordnance, and here's this one, it just says go downward at that speed. That's all it's saying. And then once it hits the target position, so we could adjust this here, it's gonna go down, then explode. Basically, spawn the explosion scene and remove yourself, is what this says. Now, all we would have to do, right, is change the texture of whatever this thing is, right? And then we would just, so we would just do that in the ready function. So function, so I think I am gonna go this route because it's actually easier than I thought. Function ready. Yeah. Okay. Set underscore. Oh, we need to get sprite dot set underscore texture, and now it needs a texture for us to set, and we'll just go ahead and say var texture. Is that gonna? No, that's gonna work. Okay. Equals load. Actually, we can do preload. Preload. And I don't need this either. And then we're just going to get the texture for the shell, which is right here. And just stick it there. And then we're just going to say set texture. Texture. Now, ideally, I should be able to run the game, and we'll see that this spawns the correct texture, and nothing weird happened. Yep. So that's good. That's very good. Everything went off a hitch. Now what we can do is change the texture in code through the items folder. So what I'm actually going to say is if items dot items dot get shell type dot get texture. Then do this, and so that way I don't have to so that way I don't actually have to set the texture. Oh, I'm getting a phone call from some random number. I don't have to set the texture every time. I only have to set it if it's different. So, yeah, that's nice. And so, for instance, none of these have a texture, so that's all going to evaluate to false. But in tear gas, what I'll do is we're going to make a new little thing here that says texture. And then I don't have a scene for that right now, or an image for that, I should say. But I guess just so that, oh, you know what? This needs to be like this, and I'll drag in this. Okay. And then the other thing we have to do here is in the script we have to say, oh. So we actually don't need this variable there. Ah, that's why. Okay. Okay. Nice. So let's see if that still works. Not breaking anything yet. That looks good. And then I also went in here and put just a random image, and this is just of texture. This is going to be a picture of a bullet shell. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go into, well, I can go right here, HUD, and then UI tabs, and then under ordnance, I'm going to add a new one of these guys. So actually, to do this, we gotta check there. So you can see that here's the editor for the UI. And so you can see that these tabs are actually just blank things that are populated right when the game readies. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, so they're very dynamic. So all I got to do is right now, I'll just go ahead and duplicate one of these guys. And then, oh no, oopsies, don't want to do that. And yeah, that should be good. Okay, so it's nice and evenly spaced there. And okay, we actually have to go into this scene here and into the script, and we have to add a new thing to be able to choose, which is going to be tear gas. Okay, and just like that, and that should be exactly what we named it here. It is. Then we can go here, not here, but in here, and we can change this to tear gas. And then this should display all the information for tear gas without a hitch. even though I'm probably going to have to modify these just slightly so that they do exactly what I want them to do. Actually, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Nah, I don't know. I don't think anyone wants to see that, so I'll do that later. If you do, go ahead and let it down in the chat if you want to see me do a little more code stuff. But what I'm going to be doing is just making this cool visual effect for this tear gas exploding, and that's going to be selected right here. We've done that, so that's part of the system already, and it should display everything we need for tear gas, unless I'm tripping. Then load her up. Okay, so it says tear gas, cost 20, damage 0. Oh, why is the radius 25? But I'm surprised that anything actually shot, to be honest. But it did. Oh, wait a second. Eso es no bueno. Let's see. So, what I did like there, okay, well, here, it's probably actually all to do with this. So, for one thing, the radius here, I want to make this, let's just start with 75, we'll see if that's too much. Okay, ordnance, type ordnance, info, cost, sprite, headshot, scene. Okay, so it is doing the scene and texture. It's doing this texture. Okay, so it's doing this scene and it's, oh, because this scene is not, oh, because it gets shell type and it should texture. So we're feeding it shell type and it should know. Oh, I think I know. So if we go into the main script, so this is where we actually spawn those things. We can see here on HUD item launch, which is just a signal we get when the HUD we've selected and hit the enter button. So we're gonna do this. I need to stop using yield because if you die while yield is happening, issues arise. So you gotta do that. It breaks your game actually because it's like creating a timer in the tree, and then your tree gets deleted, which I found out from my title screen here. Anyway, so you can see if we're in ordnance mode, var ordnance equals load items, get item scene. Yep, new item equals ordnance.instance, new item.target position. So we're only feeding it the target position. So that could be an issue. So I guess what we also need to do is, because now I'm going to be making this shell actually the base scene for all ordnance scenes, in that I'm going to do shell type equals items.shell type, which they should all have, I believe. Or I don't know, not type, where is it? Oh, shell type equals item, I believe. This should actually be, so it just needs to know. Okay, so new item dot ordnance dot instance. So ordnance. Where is ordnance? There we go. Var ordnance equals load items that get item that get scene. A little confusing. So so the item is the name, and then get scene. So we're doing the scene. I see. Okay. So it's really just doing the. So I think I've done this rather convolutedly. But I think we can go ahead and make this work by doing new item dot, because we know it's always going to be this scene now, which is making me kind of regret doing it this way, but I'll fix that down the road, because we don't really have time not to just kind of roll with the punches. So shell type here. So we're gonna go into main. We're gonna go new item dot shell type equals, and that should okay, yeah, cool. New item dot shell type equals item, and item is just the name of whatever is here, and that is what this needs. So now if I run this from here, hopefully everything works out just okay. That looks good. do these guys. Oh, error there. Invalid index shell type. Okay, so that means we have to go to the Mortars GD. See that there is no shell type here. That is all in the problem. Because that was definitely its own scene. This was not, I didn't make this one nearly as well. Because I didn't expect to make these in this way. And I'm wondering if it's maybe not worth it to do so now. I mean, all I have to do is do shell underscore type. And then just do this. Well, I could do it this way. So what I'll do is in main, I'll just say if new item dot shell type. Okay. Then do that, and then now that should work. Well, get index shell type on. Okay, so that's not going to work. It's a bummer. But like I said, this will get us out of this, but it's just not a very clean way to do this. And then we're going to say only exists to avoid error from sloppy code. Yeah, so I'm kind of on the just get it working grind right now, and now it should still work. Yeah, so that doesn't really affect it, as you can see. Let's see, can I do tier gas now? Get texture. Set texture to be load the texture, because we need to load it. And now it should work, unless I messed up something, which I think I actually did. Yeah. Did I not put enough? Nope, didn't put enough parentheses. There we go. Okay. Now it should work. And okay, cool. So all I was doing was testing that the texture was going to be set. We're still setting the scene, but the basic function of the scene is totally fine. And then we're also just going to set the explosion scene, and I guess I'll just do that over. This is again pretty dirty, but I'm gonna say explosion, and we'll say equals load, and then we'll do items like items shell type. Load that texture, but this will be explosion underscore scene. And yeah, so this is quite messy, but so here we're gonna say explosion underscore scene, and then we're gonna do this. Okay, and then we say. So here is a 100mm explosion scene. Just plop that right there. Yeah, and then so now that will work, and as long as I did this correctly. Let's see, go into this guy. Yeah, I think it's the same, but it always helps to copy and paste it for my sanity. Yeah, so now it'll do that. Now we can actually make the explosion scene. And then once we're done, we'll just stick it in there and we'll be all good. I also really quickly just want to check that these all have headshots. Yes, they do. They have headshot enabled. So we are going to make a new scene. So So this is going to be the explosion, so I'm going to use an area 2D. Make an area 2D scene. We're going to add a collision shape. I don't think you can just make shapes in Godot, but I do happen to have a sprite that would work for this. So I'm going to add a sprite as well. Let's see how many. I'm using a weird like setup here, so my camera's jiggling around a bunch because I'm like lifting my computer up on something. I think it's helping the fans do their job a little better. So yeah, so we're gonna call this tear gas area 2D. And then before I get working, I'm just gonna add a collision shape. Go to scenes. I think I put it in characters, didn't I? Yeah. I don't know why I named it characters, but now it's too late. 100mm shell mortars, and we'll make a new folder. And this will be for the tear gas. Okay, and we'll save that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add a collision shape, which is going to be a circle shape, of course. Just like that. Okay, disabled. On the collision. Let's form. Okay, so this is going to make enemies move slower. So the one thing I want to do is take this transform. We're going to take the Y. We're going to make this 0.9. And the reason I'm going to make that 0.9 is just so it's a little more. Okay, we'll make it 0.8 actually. Yeah, so it's a little more true to the landscape of what, like, because we're looking at the landscape at a distance like that. We don't want the thing to be this. We want it to be like that way. Okay, sprite. I just thought of something a little bit difficult about this. So what I want to do here is I'm going to get rid of this thing because it's just too annoying. If my fan starts to heat up, then I will move it back. Okay, there we go. Explosion animation. Stick it in this. Oopsies, gotta do it here. I forgot. Stick it in this sprite file. Whoa, that's huge. Okay, animation and H-frames, there are 10. And so we've got that. And so that's just a nice little like white type thing. And then we can go ahead and go to the transform, scale, make this 0.8. That needs to be like 0.7 to really sell it. And then I want this to be above here so we can see. Ooh, geez. Ay, Dios mío. Okay, so here's the first real challenge I'm considering here, is that when we adjust the radius, what we're going to need to do is also adjust this to be the correct size. So there's got to be some kind of scalar quantity that is, right? What I want to do is also, I want to make this look, we'll make it a little more corporate. So if we go here, the collision shape, and go here, go to the radius. So I think the radius for this by default is going to be 75. So we'll set that to 75. I do want to see what 75 looks like on the screen here. So it's going to be tear gas. I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's cool. This is going to slow enemies by 50%, right? So then, I want the sprite now to be that big. So we'll just see why is looking doing this. Option shift. That's very interesting. If I do it this way, is that still gonna? Oh no, there we go. Okay. So do a little something like that. and we probably want the sprite to be smaller than the actual radius here. Take the collision shape. In fact, I'll actually make this 0.7, and I think that fits quite a bit better. And then I'm going to take this and actually take its rotation just to fit in the thing just a wee bit better, and then move it down. Yeah, never going to be perfect. That's good enough. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and adjust this sprite just a little bit. So I'm going to go to visibility and modulate, and I want this to be green, so I'm going to remove the blue and reds for the time being, and then I'm actually just going to select it like this. So I'm looking for just kind of like a caustic looking green, so I'm thinking something like very murky and just grody, very not too, a little faded green, a little muffled, just something like that. We'll take this down. Yeah, we'll put the opacity very close to 0.5, and then get away from raw there. And let's see, could lighten this up a little bit. I think that's because if we go, that's not quite what I want. I want something like that. So, yeah, it's also tough because we're not looking at it on the actual background. But yeah, so I think that looks pretty good. So it's supposed to be like this toxic tear gas type looking effect. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is add a particles 2D node. Not CPU particles 2D, but just a regular particles 2D node. Then we're going to go to process material. I'm going to make a new particles material, and I'm going to go ahead and save this. So this should be called tear gas particles. Okay, and whoa, a little bit of lag there. Eh? We are going to go back over here, abstract, particles cache, materials, and I'm just going to save it in there. Okay, and then I do need to add a script to this thing, so I'm just going to do that right now. Do gas 2D, and then I'm going to go into the, I don't know, yeah, nope, particles cache. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this in there. This is, if you don't know, so tear gas particles equals preload, and then stick this in there. So what this does, if you don't know, I'm going to be making a tutorial on it, but this gets rid of the lag from using particles 2D. If you haven't noticed, the first time you instance a particles 2D, oh, what's up, Andrew? Thanks, man. Yeah, new channel up and coming. Hopefully, we'll see what I got. But yeah, dude, let me know if you want any tutorials, any videos you want to see. That'd be cool. But yeah, anyway, so this is the tutorial I'm going to make about how to do this. So this gets rid of that lag. So we're essentially just taking these scenes and then making instances of them to force Godot to compile the shader material. If that made no sense, that's fine. So I'm going to make this part. I'm getting lag here, which is weird because there's nothing too crazy going on in this scene, but it's not liking me right now. I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to get these particles, and I'm going to go ahead and go into here. I think we're going to need a much larger amount than 8. Try like 50, be a rather large particle, but Godot can seriously quite easily handle that. I'll even go 70, I think. Okay, time. Definitely don't want any explosiveness. Actually, maybe we want a little bit of explosiveness. Put this at like 0.2. See how that looks. I should probably not do that quite yet. Lifetime probably, we'll put that at 2. One shot pre-process. I think I will want pre-process, but that'll be all stuff we come to later. Now, here, time, this is lifetime randomness only. Trail emission shape. This is going to be important here. We're going to make this a sphere. And Oh, that could be a problem. But I'm gonna make the sphere radius. I think if I do 75, it's gonna be much too big. Yeah, we'll shrink that up to 60 maybe. See how that looks. Yeah, I think that's much better. It still looks like it's spawning some particles well off. Yeah, we'll make this smaller then. We'll go 50. That looks a little too small. Well, no, I think we'll keep it at 50 because so what you can see is that on both sides it's not spawning enough because it's an oval shape, but on top it's just inside. So I think that'll be fine because part of what I'm going to do is make the particles kind of like come outward a little bit and like come up like smoke. I like your video, they are really good. If you do have to add ads in Godot and Android, you're happy. Yeah, dude, I think I'm going to do that. It's actually a lot easier to add ads on Android than Godot. Like, my computer went lagging so much, it's going to be a lot easier. If you go into project settings, you literally just go down to the section that says Android, and you click on it, and you can just add plugins. So you literally just like add the Godot plugin. So if you can, I haven't tried it, but it's supposed to be like that easy. You add this, and then all of a sudden you can use it. So if you figure that out before I make the tutorial, let me know, because that might be easier than I'm anticipating. But yeah, it's something I definitely want to do because, like, I'm sure you know, it's $25 to put an app on the Android App Store and like $100 to put something on the Apple App Store. And I'm not confident that my app will make me $100. So it's just interesting. But anyway, so Godot is not handling this very well. So what I want to do is go ahead and take the gravity, and I'm going to make the gravity -10. Okay, so that's going to make these particles float upward. And so now I feel like I need to make the lifetime a little longer. I'll make this 3. And then the problem with using gravity, of course, is that it gets faster over time. Whereas like something like initial velocity, it wouldn't do that. So I might actually set gravity to 0. And this will also be good because then we can see, yeah, the exact radius of the circle. So that's cool. So that actually is a pretty solid looking circle, I'd say. Oh, you know what we can, oh no, but that would look funky. I was gonna say what we can do is actually transform the particles itself to make it squish, but then all the particles would be rectangles instead of squares. So what I'm gonna do, oh yeah, we gotta get the direction going the right way. So I'm gonna set the X to 0 and the Y to -1, which is up. And the spread, yeah, I'll keep the spread at 4 to 5. We'll see. I might need to change that spread. And then the initial velocity, we'll go ahead and set the initial velocity as, let's do like 15 maybe? That looks like. So that, I don't like the spread here. I want to do this like 5. So you can see it looks like it's just coming straight up, which is not what I want, but let's do, so first off, let's do this. Let's put this at 20, and then put this at like 0.8, and that'll give us just a lot of different speeds and randomness within this. In fact, I'll just put that at 1. Let's go ahead and make this look a little bit cooler so we can see what we're doing before. So I'm going to do color and scale. So I'm going to do scale. I don't know. Yeah, I think I want a curve for scale. So we'll go ahead. I think the largest scale I probably want here is going to be 3. And then scale randomness, we're going to set this to 0.7. You know what? Let's just, oh, sorry. Let's go for 1. Totally random. That's too much. 0.9. And 0.8. I think that's better. Okay, then we're going to add a scale curve here. And Godot is lagging because my computer sucks. Yeah, this is literally all I have open right now. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Let's open up activity monitor, see if anything's making me funky here. I updated to Big Sur and it's been causing me some issues. Like this, this was not an issue streaming before. Godot's using chill, OBS is chill. LastPass, I don't know, that shouldn't even be open. 800, Jesus, dude, no. Close yourself. Oh my god. Okay. What is happening? I'm just quitting all that. Oh no. I'm really sorry about this, everybody. Anyways, I'm just going to try and get into this curve here. So essentially what I like to do for a lot of smoke trails is right off the get-go, I have them come from half and then they get much bigger very quickly. So I'm going to add a point here. And then we'll have this point skyrocket. Come on, there we go. We'll have this point get much bigger very, very quickly. Okay. And then we'll have, over time, it reach the full scale, which is kind of annoying, because I want to grab this thing, we'll grab this curve like that. Just, in fact, I'll do this. Something like that. Okay. So see, we've already got a little more of a toxic-like effect that I'm kind of looking for. In fact, I think I might actually transform the Particles 2D node. So you can transform a Particles 2D just like any other node, which is great. And so I think I'm going to change this to 0.8. Yeah, I think that actually looks very good. And then we can probably make the radius a little bigger now. Here, if we make the radius 65. Yeah, that's looking real good. It's looking much better. Except I think I'll make it like 62 because it looks like it's just coming out of the circle, and I definitely want it to be, okay, we'll just make it 60. I definitely want it to be within that green circle at all times. Now we'll add a color curve here, so then everyone can see what the heck I'm talking about. So, color curve, new gradient texture. Okay, open this up, open that, open the new gradient. Okay, so we are going to start, we'll start really green and then fade off to a dark green. So what I think I'll do, so we'll grab this green, and that's going to be the final green we use, actually. I have just decided. Oh, what's this green? I don't even know what that green is. Here, let me do this. Oh, no. This lag is murdering me. Why is this happening? Is it because... Really? Let me try this thing again. Sticking that up. Sorry about that. Alright. Holy shiznit, you guys. I'm gonna try this one more time because I don't know if I can keep streaming with this lag. There's gotta be a way to clear this up because it was working fine like 10 minutes ago. Y'all were here. Y'all were right here. Install D. Huh. Oh, and it's already working better. I guess it's like electrons. You just need to observe it, and then we can't observe it, so it doesn't exist. If that makes any sense. So we'll go ahead. I'm gonna try this now. Got no lags. We can do this. There we go. Okay. Oh, ¿por qué? Oh, because they're blending in exactly with that thing, which is not what we want. Oh, and that's why they were not there before. Choose this color. That's much darker. So I actually think that is going to be the green that we come out to. And then this is going to start at a notably lighter green. And so we will go into, in fact, I'll use this. Like that. We'll do that. And then so you won't be able to see them at first. But what I'm going to do is just bring this up. So we want this like real neon. Very colorful, very bright, like that. Okay. And then I'm going to move that a little over this way. I'm going to add one more here. And then on this one, we'll actually want it to be the same color. Actually, you know what? We'll make it this color. But I'm gonna make the opacity 0. Oh, or actually, I could. I don't even think I have to. It's gonna blend in so perfectly with that. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. We've got some toxic sludge type particle effect. Try sitting at a table. Yeah, man. Maybe I should do that. I just have a really small apartment. We've got one table, and it's not that comfortable. So that's why I do this, because I'm going to be here for hours. But yeah. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now I want to add is a Clo Effect. Now this is only going to be, it's in the actual scene, so I only have this for testing purposes. But what I'm going to do, in fact maybe I'll do it for the whole thing, is just increase the modulation, and this will make it glow. So we'll go to raw here, and obviously we want the green to pop out, so we'll make this 1.2. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of glow, y'all. Make that 1.1. And then I think what I'm going to do is actually go into the particles itself, and then also change the visibility. So we'll go modulate, raw, 1.1, and then blue. So it should be glowing, but it doesn't look like it's glowing. 0.4. Okay. There you go, there's a little bit of glow. Okay, and then I think if we set this back to 1, that should still be fine. That down to 1, that should be fine. But we don't want that much glowing, we want quite a bit less than that. That's weird though, it's pretty bright, so it shouldn't have too much of a problem glowing. But it really looks like it does. So I guess we'll do 4. Here, you know what I'm gonna do is oh, not that. Dang it, dude. Oh, I don't know how that's happening. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, make another one here. And then I'm going to copy this color exactly. And paste. Okay. And then all I'm going to do is just, all I'm going to do is just stretch this out a little bit. So we'll have a longer of this green, and then it begins to fade towards this color here. I'm also going to make one more right there. And then on this one, what we're going to do is take the opacity down to 0, opacity. So then it really looks like they are fading out. And so yeah, those are the glowing sludge particles. I think that's not bad. I might do more for that, but like I said, yeah, that's if you have this, which is, maybe I should do something on that, because I only found one tutorial and the guy was using like shader code in C# and I just happened to figure it out. But so if you use a selective glow world environment and turn glow on, but you make the threshold, which here I'll just show you real quick. If you make the so if you go to glow, got to make the mode canvas, go to glow, and then you turn blend mode additive, intensity whatever you want. But here you go, HDR threshold 1. So now it'll make it glow, make anything in your game glow, if and only if you go to the modulate, raw, and you make the HDR threshold in any of these values greater than 1, and just at the settings I have it with a 0.95 intensity, usually going up to like 1.2 gives you a nice little bit of a glow effect. So yeah, that's why that worked, not just messing with the modulate. But I made that a scene so I can, it's actually in the main scene, that's where I have it, but I made it a saved scene so that way I could just load it in whenever I want to see, oh, am I getting the glow where I want it? But yeah, so now what I'm going to do, what do I need to do? Oh yeah, I want to make these have a little bit of waviness to them. So the way I'm going to do that, we're going to go to particles again, obviously, and not scale, but tangential acceleration. A little bit of radial acceleration actually too. I'm going to give like 2. Yeah, so not too much, but just a little bit of that I think helps. And then what I'm also going to do is go to tangential acceleration, and this is something that I've done a few times. But so you go to this curve here. Actually, I bet you that I might be able to get away with doing this on. So I'm going to set the. So if I set this like 10, it actually does make a pretty considerable little tangential acceleration. So I don't think we even need set this to like 3. I think that's too much. Anyway, yeah, we'll try it out. So anyway, you set it to like, I'm actually gonna set this to 0, and then what I'm gonna do is set the min and max values to -3, and then 3, and then I'm gonna make a little sine wave here. So we'll bring this down to -3, and then at another point, we'll bring this one up to +3, and we'll make another point. Bring this one down to -3. And then what you typically get with this is a nice little wavy type effect. Okay, come like that. And bring this one back down. And so I might need to make this a little more extreme. So maybe it's -5 and 5. And then just make this, bring it up like that. Okay. So it's a small thing, but you can see the particles are waving back and forth a little bit now, which, yeah, I think it's a nice effect. I think that looks like some nice toxic ooze, man. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is actually get this thing to slow down the enemies. I mean, it really looks like it should do damage, doesn't it? But that's fine. We'll leave it as it is. I don't think I'm gonna end up having to do damage. What I do want to see is how it looks in the actual scene here. So go ahead and I was going to try and add it as a child of selective glow effect. So there's that. And move it down here. So if we like drop this in, start the scene. How are we looking? I definitely think that needs more than that, but for right now, I think that's okay. Yeah. What? Oh, I see. It tried to attack the tear gas. So that needs to be different. Must have been in the, so we go to here and go to collision. Yeah, there we go. So what layer are you on? Actually, I don't think I'm going to put it on a layer because I don't want it to be monitoring. Yeah, not monitorable, only monitoring. And we're going to monitor 4 enemies. Okay, now that shouldn't happen. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, so I think I don't like that green. It's like, it's ugly. It's an ugly green, bro. So I'm gonna go ahead and just change that up. And I'm just gonna make it a little more, maybe brighter, maybe a little more greenish. I don't know. Maybe something like this. Maybe we'll do a little something like that. A little something like that. What if we did? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna take the opacity down even further. But is that just gonna give us the same effect? I don't know. I don't know. Oh yes, the other thing we can do with a sprite is to go down to where is it? Material, and we can go new canvas item material, and then we can change the blend mode to add. Oh, but it's behind it, so actually that won't do anything. But sometimes if you put that over the particles, it'll make the glow effect even more severe. So now what I'm gonna do is I think I want them to be. I think I want them to be walking in this. No, I think I want them under it. So we'll put the sprite, and I'm going to change the Z index of the sprite. Where are you? There you go, Z index. And I'm just going to make that -1. And now if I run the scene, one, the enemies shouldn't try to attack. Oh, that is heinously bright. Yeah, that is way too bright. Guess I should have known that, but took that down. I do want it more neon, I think. Let's try that out. I think that's more in the vibe there. So now they walk over it like that. Nah, I don't know. I don't know if I want them to walk on top of it or whatever. What I do want to do eventually, and this is if I have time, is make like kind of like little barriers that looks like it's like, oh yeah, that's in the zone, because that kind of looks like crap, honestly. But whatever. I need to get this done. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. And yeah. So one thing I do want to do is also go into Particles 2D. And I want to put pre-process on and just put it to 3, which is the lifetime. Or, you know, I'll put it at 1. So, and the reason I want to do that is so that when this spawns, because we're going to be dropping it from like some kind of, I guess I could leave it in there. Well, what I can do already, theoretically, is go into the items, tear gas, explosion scene, tear gas, and I should be able to get, here's this, stick it right there, and then do this. And now if I drop tear gas, hopefully this will spawn. Damn it. Explosion instance dot show. Oh, because it doesn't. Yeah. So there's. What am I setting here? We're setting the scale. We are setting the shell type and global position. So all I need to do is add a shell type to this guy's, which I'm actually going to have to do anyway. So var shell type equals tear gas. Okay. Now I should be able to call it and it'll show up, even though it's not, you know, at all functional. But I should be able to. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. So I want to do a few things here. In fact, I am actually going to undo this decision I made to turn pre-process on. And what I'm going to do, here, I'm going to add a tween node. So I'm going to go add tween. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to say on ready var tween equals tween. And then on ready, we're going to say tween dot interpolate property. So yeah, yeah, I'm actually going to need the sprite. So I'm gonna say on ready var sprite equals well sprite. Okay, so here, what are we doing on ready sprite? The property is going to be scale. The initial variant is going to be a vector2 dot 0. The final variable or value is going to be vector2. Oh, I think we can do sprite dot scale. Yeah, I think that should work. And then how long? We'll say 0.3 seconds. We're gonna do a. Might just want a linear. Let's do this. To easings.net. If you don't know about this, this is a great resource. It's free. It's called easings.net, and it shows all the different tween functions. And so I'm thinking sine or linear. I think sine is probably a little bit better. Do ease in out, something like that. Of course, like what would water be? I don't think I want it like bouncing easy like that. I think that's a little cheesy. Maybe. It's hitting the ground hard. So I think in the initial hit, we want it to come out real fast. And then slow down considerably, and that's what that would allow us to do. Also, like Quint would do something very similar. I mean, all these for the ease out would, but the Quint into I think Circ is actually, yeah, I think we're gonna do Circ. That's good. So I'm gonna do tween Circ, and then we're gonna go tween ease out. We don't need a delay. So we can just do this. Oh, so something really cool about tweens. This is like that easy. But if you wanted to, like, let's say set a delay, so you want this to happen a few seconds after it spawned, you just do this and put like 0.3, and then it'll delay. It'll start after that, whatever delay. So now what I'm gonna do is just say tween dot start, and then I should be able to call this down, see what that looks like. I mean, I don't have to do it this way, but oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think that dramatically improved this thing. Yeah, all right. So now it's time to make this thing functional. So we need, this actually shouldn't be too bad, famous last words, but we're gonna go on area entered. Yeah, so we're looking for enemies. And we're saying on area entered. These areas, as you can see right here, are this is actually a very temporary enemy. You're still gonna see this mini guy in the game, but this actual scene is just for show, to look, you know, how they look like. I'm actually gonna much more dynamically spawn them. I think I'm gonna try and figure that out tomorrow, but I'm flying to LA tomorrow, so I'll see what I get done. But yeah, so you see their kinematic bodies, so we're gonna be detecting their hurt box. So we're gonna say area.getParent, so we can access variables there. So say area.get_parent dot course base enemy should be velocity. Yeah, so velocity right here, and we're just going to change the velocity. Dot velocity. I'm going to say for right now, I'm just going to times equals 0.5. Then maybe we could hue shift them so they get like green, so you can tell that they're affected. I think that would be cool. But I actually want to go ahead and figure out this velocity thing first. So, yeah, what I'm going to do, say on ready var slowing equals, it doesn't need to know this, actually. Like, it might need. That's what we're going to say. items dot get shell type dot get slowing. Let's make sure that's what I called it here, is slowing. Yep, right there, 0.5. Okay. Slowing, and then we're just going to be equals slowing. So that way it's a little more dynamic, and so that way if I want to change how much this slows from, or like you upgrade and you get increased slowing, then you know, all I would do is change the item, and or give a new data for the item to show, and then it would just update that whenever we ready this, which is cool. Yeah, so that's thing number one. And then I'm gonna open up the enemy scene here, and I'm gonna go ahead and see what would happen. Like what can go modulate, and then I wanna like we set the blue down and the reds down. There's something nice and green there. And oh gosh. Okay, so I'll do it this way. 0.725. 0.6. Yeah, I'll do that. 0.75, 1.61. Okay, cool. Please let me. Yes, 0.75, 0.6. Okay, so 0.75, 1.61. I just wanted to get that down so I don't forget it. So we're gonna say area dot set underscore modulate, and then that. So whenever someone enters this area, one of these enemies, we're going to multiply its velocity by our slowing, which in this case is 0.5, so we're going to half their velocity. And we are going to modulate their color so we can see visually that they are slowed. And I should probably test that out, but it's so easy to implement this. So death timer. Oh, that's actually something that I should very definitely have dynamically. So I'm going to actually put that here. So I'm going to have, I don't want to just say time, but I think I might. So it's like the long, how long this thing I'm going to do like that. Why not just put the toxic on top? I'm going to do like that. Why not just put the toxic on top? Oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe I will. I think that's something I might add later, but I'm trying to get this done real quick. And then, yeah, I'm going to make the image quite clear that that's what should do. But so, yeah. So how long is this thing going to last? Oh, we could make it duration. Oh, that's better. Duration. So I haven't implemented this yet, but essentially right now I'm very toxic on top. Oh, no. So like even if they leave the for one thing, they'll stand out a little more because it's a different green, but two is like I see what you're saying now. Like if they leave the circle, I don't want them to get back to speed. I want this to like basically permanently affect them until they die type of thing. So yeah, actually, we'll see. I think I'm gonna set this to 0.75 or even 0.7. And then so the duration, go ahead and try out 10 seconds. And then, so right here, what we're going to do is we're going to go timer, set this to 10. I'm going to set this to physics, one shot, auto start. And I'm going to do timeout here, and when this is done, we'll call die. And I'm gonna go ahead and define die right now, which is going to, for right now, just say queue free, but I think I'm gonna add like the whole death scene just in die, and that's probably just going to be it modulating away. Yeah, so we'll probably just do that. Oh, but you know what? Yeah, I think what I'm going to do this a little differently, but we'll get to that. So I want to set, so say on ready var duration equals items get items duration, and then in the ready function we will say timer dot set underscore wait underscore time to duration, and then I guess it's gonna start itself, and that should work. So I'm gonna do just to test this is actually set this to like 0.1, and I'll leave this right now. This. Wait, what? Right there. Where I forgot to put it. Okay. So we go to ordnance, tear gas, stick it down. Yep, that's what I thought. So this is starting itself before we change the duration. So that's why I just wanted to make sure that that was happening. So now we're going to start it from code. And we're only going to start it after we know that its duration has been set, which should be relatively instantaneous. See the problem there. Oh. Okay, and we're getting errors. No errors, it's just not working. Why? Okay, let's do this. Hello. So it's telling me that people are indeed entering, but doesn't look like we're because this for one thing should be area dot get underscore parent. So then we get that working, but I don't think their velocity is changing. Let me make sure that they're moving the way I think they're moving. So movement. Yeah, so I'm clamping their speed at velocity. So when I change the velocity, it should clamp it. That was the idea, is that it will clamp it now to that max speed, which is multiplied by. Oh, no, I need to say speed. That's why. Speed is, that's the variable. That's the problem. There we go, okay. Because it's clamping it to speed. You fool. That's actually not... Okay, we'll call it in again. I would like to see... Now, that's not slow enough to where I feel like that's really helpful. So I am going to figure that out. That's interesting. I really thought 0.5 was going to be super overpowered, but I guess it's not. Okay. That does seem a little overpowered, to be honest. Because they're really stopping these guys. But if you do something weird like 0.6, then slowing 0.5? Wait a second. If it's 0.7, it should slow them. No. That's why. Because it's not slowing them by... Well, if you do 0.5, it's slowing them by 50%. But if you do 0.7, we're not slowing them by 70%. But rather, we are slowing them by 30%. So that's why that happened. It's interesting. I didn't even realize that I wasn't thinking about that issue. Yeah. Yep. All right, so that's looking good. Oh, I mean, that's actually working. I think that's all I wanted to do with this thing. Oh, and then kill it. I need to kill it. Okay, so we're gonna set up this tween here. I'm gonna do just like this, except I'm gonna change a few things here, because for one thing, we don't want to change the scale. We want to change the modulate to make it disappear, and we're gonna change it from the sprite dot modulate, and we're gonna change it to color 111 and 0, which will make it invisible. Over how much time? We'll do like 0.5 seconds, maybe? Half a second? That's gonna be fast. 1 second? I think 1 second will be okay. Now, I don't think... I'm gonna go ahead and open up usings.net again. I don't think I want circular. That's like real fast. Honestly, this is not going to matter. So I am going to do quad though. Circ, I think it would make a difference with circ, but if I do quad or linear, it probably won't make a huge difference. We're going to do ease. Oh shit. Yes, ease out. We're going to ease out 1 second. We're doing that, and we're going to start. Then what I'm going to do is actually don't even need to make a function die. So we're going to do this on this timer's timeout. We're going to now connect the all completed. Oh, I just thought of an issue, because this is going when this completes, it's going to trigger this. I was going to have this die, so all I'm going to do is just set a quick flag, and it's probably not the best way to do it. It's probably better to make a variable instead of a whole new node, which I was going to have to add another tween node. Oh no, actually, I'm stupid. There is indeed, it's correct. A signal specifically for this, so you can make sure. So tween completed. Yes, there we go. So tween completed. Object key. Okay. And oh my god. Forgetting what object and key actually mean. Essentially, what we're gonna do is say, like, if object is modulate, then kill yourself. Kill yourself. Oh, I see. It's not going to tell us. Oh, key is node path. That's not helpful. Object. Object is the literal Godot object. Okay, so I'm gonna try this. Say if object. Nope. Yeah. I have to do it this way. This works, and it's not too much trouble. So basically, we know that this tween is going to fire twice. So I'm going to say var. This will just be a flag, and we'll say ready to die equals false. And then here we're going to say if ready to die, then queue free. And then essentially after that, we're going to say ready to die equals true. So that way the first time we'll check this, it'll be false, then we'll set it to true, and then the next time this runs, then it will be ready to die. And yeah, so this should work first try, so I'm not gonna make it a better thing for digesting. But let's go ahead and smack it down, it doesn't actually matter. So you know it's working. Dude, yeah, that's OP. Look how much it slowed them down. Well, you know what, it's not that big of an area, and you are like sacrificing being able to actually kill them. Oh, that's weird. It should have, definitely should have. Oh, it's because I'm modulating the sprite. That's why. Self. That's why. I wanted it to modulate the entire thing when it fades away. Obviously, that looked rather weird. Don't ask it down. I don't even know what the hell that shit is. Okay. Looks like tear gas. Honestly, the bullet shell is not like that bad of a an icon for this thing. Kind of looks like a tear gas canister. Okay, I think that was good. We could also make it kind of shrink in size a little bit. So I think I'm going to do that as well. So I'm going to do this. We'll do that. Yeah, this should work out just. Oh, except we might call Q free twice, which can happen. That I've done that, and it's not fun. You get some errors, but we'll know very quickly. But anyway, so now I'm going to interpolate self.size. So we're going to set this to scale. So self.scale, whatever it may be. And then I'm going to do self.scale divided by 2, 0. And yeah, let's see if that works. So what I'm worried about here is that it might call the queue-free function twice, which can cause some errors to be thrown. No, that seemed to work fine. I think that was good. I think it's better that it kind of slurps in there. But yeah, that worked just fine. The one thing I do want to do is get rid of this now that I know that's all working. And that was actually much easier than I anticipated. Obviously, we still need to make the sprites for that, but I don't think I'm going to do that right now. The next thing I want to do is the healing. So this will be able to heal your turrets. And then I think then I might actually make some UI for the turret health. Because right now, I mean, I actually haven't shown any turrets in this episode, and I know there's a few people who've never been here before. So these are turrets. Go ahead and spawn the shotgun, because I think it's the coolest. And then, yeah, maybe a little rocket launcher action. We ain't got enough money for no rocket launcher. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do this guy. Oh, jeez. Maybe I'll call in some of this ordnance here that I need. A little bit of that. Hell yeah. This is lit, bro. Maybe I can give my guy some time. Nah, I'm gonna call in another turret. I think the shotguns are high-key the most OP. So they only do 1 damage, right? And their fire rate's a little slow, but they obviously have that spread. And so you get a few of those guys going, and you're ripping, man. And I can do this. Color this guy in. But yeah, this is basically the game. It's going to be like kind of real-time tower defense. So my idea, I'm either going to do a wave type setup, or just have these guys continually come and then continually spawn more and more, and then I'm also going to have some new enemies. That's really important that I get that done to me, because I don't think just having these 2 enemies that run at you are going to be fun. I want one to shoot, and yeah, we'll see. We will see. Uh-oh. Just not good. Not tear gas. Mortar. Turrets. We'll spawn a rocket launcher in here. Everyone loves a good rocket launcher. Name of the game. And go ahead and put a shotgun right here. Defend those bad boys. I think the rocket launchers are pretty cool. Then we got a sniper. Takes them out at a long distance, as you might imagine. And they won. So right now the game doesn't even end. But, you know. Thanks, man. It's a little bit of a strange concept. I don't know how fun people are going to find it. I don't even know. Like, it's weird when you make a game, it's like not as fun to you, but we'll see. Anyway, cool. Anyway, yeah, now we can call in our tear gas. And that works that's just great, man. That works very well. And now I'm gonna do a little healing deal. So very similar workflow here. Area 2D, add a collision shape. And then add a sprite. And then again, I'm just going to use that same sprite, even though I don't think that's going to be what I finally use. I'm going to make something that looks way cooler than that. But, you know, for right now, just a little placeholder guy. Explosion, vector, right there, animation. Set the frames to 10. Oopsies. I was on my frames. 10. Okay. And again, we'll do transform. Set Y 2.7. Update. Okay. And then this is going to be called healing area 2D. Yeah. So I'm not going to really be able to do much in terms of the looks of this one. So maybe add wall that the guns can shoot on top of it. Oh, like some kind of protective barrier that forces the enemies to move around. That's what you're saying? So that way you can kind of control like the flow of enemies, and then it'll give the turret some cover. So you're talking about? Because I actually have been thinking about doing that. That was another thing I was thinking about. You could drop from ordnance. I think it's a good idea, and it wouldn't actually be too hard to implement. So I'm definitely still thinking about that. But I want to get the things I definitely wanted to do done, and then see what the gameplay felt like and see if it needed that. Because the other thing is I like that the turrets are pretty expendable. Like, they die quite frequently. I'm also going to put a limit right now. You can spawn as many turrets as you want as long as you have the money, which once you get going and you start doing that, it's kind of ridiculous. But so I'm thinking I'm going to put like a 6 turret limit, and then you can destroy the turrets, you can upgrade the turrets, things like that. But I kind of like that they are a little more expendable. So not in that you don't really care if they die, but in the sense that they can die quite easily. So you have to constantly be building, calling in ordnance, blowing stuff up. I don't want it to be like a very stagnant power defense game. Because I've played those, and you know, the first one's fun, but then it's, you know. So, but again, I need to see how it feels. I need to see how me playing the game feels, and I haven't really done a lot of actually playing the game. So yeah, so for this guy, what I want to have is like rings, like 3 rings, like beam up, like doo-doo-doo, 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 and so that you'll know it's healing. And then I'll probably make some little plus textures, you know, just like that to show that and make that a particle. In fact, that I can actually probably do in like 10 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead, actually before it's healing area 2D, we'll click save. And I'm gonna make that, actually both of those things, real quick in Photoshop. Photoshop is not the most fun thing to stream, but this is gonna be so quick, hopefully, that it won't be too much of a nuisance. So I'm just going to command new, and I'm going to make these a 4 by 4 pixel at 300 resolution. Look at that, huh? And then I'm going to just make these pure white, so that way we can adjust them. Oh, I'm stupid. Yeah, I'm definitely stupid. We want this to be 3 by 3. There we go. And then just do this and that. And those are going to be the particles, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So I'm going to do can't save. And we're going to save this as... I'm not even going to save this as a PSD file. Healing particles texture. And say this is sprites. Ordnance. And then I actually need to do a new folder. And we'll call this healing. Okay, and then I'll change this to a PNG. Just save that right there. And then let's save. New. We'll change this. What do I want? So I want this to be like the. I want this to be the circle, or do I want to just make the ring? Yeah, I'll make the circle real quick. So make this like 100 by 100 pixels. Just make a 100 by 100 pixel circle. Then I'm gonna go ahead and grab this tool, and we're on pure white, which is good. And I'm just gonna grab something. Oopsies, why? Oh yes, you got chicken load, oh man, crap. Okay, I want to go check real quick. Wait, that's a hard edge, so that's good. And then I can't believe I nailed that sizing. Yep. You know what? Okay. I think I'm just gonna do that. I mean, like I could make that a little more hard pixel. See you, man. Thanks for checking me out, man. See you later. Got to make that Android Godot thing for you. Anyways. Okay, so that's pretty simple. I think I'm gonna leave it soft edges like that. We'll see. Maybe I won't like that, and then I'll just come in and just delete these anti-aliased edges. It's not too much work. So go ahead and save that. So we're gonna call this healing circle, PSD, PNG. Okay. And now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and I think rasterize this, right? Yep. Okay, good. So I'm gonna make the fill nothing. We're gonna make this 1 pixel. This will be the least fun part of this, because so B, we got that 100, E 100. Cool. Go ahead and rasterize this layer, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a background layer as well, so we can actually see what the hell we're doing. Can't breathe right now. Change this to we'll just make this make it blue, so it's not super heinous, just looking at white on black. And that's just so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Okay, so we're gonna do something like this. Okay, we'll do that. Yes, that's better. Here, this is what you got to do in Photoshop if you don't have a sprite, y'all. 4, 3. 2, 2. Uh-oh. Did I make a mistake there? Did I make the mistake? Mistake? I make the mistake. Yeah, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2. Yeah, these are ones. It's the first one. Yeah, I think that actually wasn't. No, it has to be. Oh no, it doesn't have to be. Could do. No, it doesn't. Sorry. Okay. Something like that. So these are obviously ones. That's what's concerning, because that means I almost certainly made a mistake somewhere there. Two. Well, wow, that's weird, dude. Unless it's like that. So how does it in here? This just seems like clearer to me. Am I tripping? That looks like that's the issue. It's the same thing I'm seeing up here. It's weird. Weird. This is definitely the most titillating aspect of game development. So, get rid of you, I guess. And then, you. That looks janky, dude. Why? Alright, here I'm just gonna do this, because I'm pretty sure, like, if I was drawing this, I would have this go like this, and then this, and then this. That also looks rather janky. Doesn't it? Do it. So that's not right. What the heck? Oh, it does. Look at that. It does have that. That's crazy. That is crazy. See, it doesn't look like that here. But this is something I haven't seen before, where it looks like the circle's really trying to merge these two shapes into one, because it wants that to be. So that could potentially be a problem that I'm going to try and circumvent by doing this. Do that. So I move the whole thing up. And then now, theoretically, when I erase all these bad guys, here. Okay, let's do this. We want you, erase that like that. And then I want you to come here. Like that. You ain't nothing but hound dog. Okay. Okay. Oh, it still does not look good. Why? You know what? Screw all this. I'm just gonna leave it anti-aliased. It's not. What is doing it? Good. Oh, it's not gonna do it anymore. That's okay. That's not what I want. Okay, grab you, grab our ellipse tool. Delete this actually. That's not gonna let me delete that. Okay. Grab this. We still want that to be none. Now we want this to be white again. And then let's make this 100 by 100. Like this. 1 pixel. 1 pixel later. Okay, that. I think that'll be okay. Okay, we'll go ahead and save this. I'm gonna save this as a healing poop, I guess. PNG. Yeah, I could make a maybe I think I'm gonna move the table actually. I am gonna take Andrew's advice. The obligatory job alone. My computer is having a fun time. Ooh, baby, that feels good. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and quit Photoshop because no one likes to watch me do Photoshop. Beautiful look at Big Sur. Take a deep breath. Okay, fuck all that. Godot time. How bright it look. Oh, that's not good. It's better. It's a little better. Oh yeah, let me open up. Because that's block this building. I don't block nobody. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and implement all that. So we've got the healing area to be just begun to be created. I'll go ahead and make a script for it. It's in the right area. Make a var shell type equals healing. Healing area, yeah. So I'm actually gonna go make that real quick here. So I'll take 100 millimeter shell as a nice little like basis. Do this, do that. This should be back one, and then that should be good. Now we're gonna just change this to healing circle. Healing area type, ordinance, what do we want? Radius. So instead of damage, for right now I think I'm going to keep damage there because I think it needs it. But instead of damage, we're going to make this healing. Damage is going to be 0. And we're going to go, oh dang it, now my phone's going to turn off constantly, which is a bummer. And we're going to go damage 0, radius 25, healing. Oh, and we also want duration. Duration. Okay, so healing. Healing for a second. And yeah, we'll do like 1 to start off with. And then let's do that. We'll say duration. What will the duration be? So if we do 10, that would be 10 health. I think we need to make this a little more, maybe 25. Let's see. And cool. Okay. So healing for a second. 1 duration is going to be 10. So that's gonna be cool. And now we've got oh, right there. So dumb. Okay, cool. So we'll come back to this. We got shell type. I'm gonna go ahead and change the sprite out now that we've got all these sprites that we need. So I'll go ahead and change this texture here. Oh, why would it do that? I'm just going to go ahead and delete this, make a new sprite. Okay. I dropped it in the crease between the texture and the normal texture. You freaking kidding me, bro? You freaking kidding me, bro? Okay. Transform y 0.7. Give it a little bit of, yeah, that's not what I want here. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and, oh. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna set the collision shape radius. What is the radius? Actually, I didn't set that, did I? I think 50 is probably a fair radius. We'll see how big that is. I can't even crack my back because this table moves so much. But yeah, 50 is probably a fair radius. But anyway, so as default, that's what I'll set. So we're gonna go this, new circle shape. And here, set the radius to 50. Oh, actually, that is something I did not do in the tear gas. So if you weren't here before, I made this tear gas scene, which is pretty cool, and it's functioning. And the one thing I didn't do is set radius. I'm gonna say on ready var radius equals do this radius. Okay, so that's all good. And then here, what we need to do is yeah. So we need to get the collision shape dot shape dot set underscore radius equal to radius. Let's go make sure that works real quick. And now you can see what the tear gas looks like if you weren't here. I mean, it doesn't look like it's killing. Oh, but you know what? The other thing with the radius is that was the tough part. Is that I would want the sprite as a whole to get bigger to accompany that radius. Okay. So it's gonna be radius is set equal to 75. So rather than depend on that, I'm gonna say that var level 1 underscore radius. This is just gonna be a backup. Equals items dot tier underscore gas, just in case I start. This is tier underscore gas. Being able to upgrade this, and then your radius would probably increase. So what I want to do is we actually probably won't actually set the collision shape radius, but rather we're going to scale the whole thing. So we're going to say underscore. So we're going to say level 1 radius divided by radius. So level 1 radius divided by radius. So what that's going to give us, so like let's say this one's 75 and that one is 100. That would be 75 over 100. That should give us 0.75, right? Or if we, for instance, did change the radius to 150, then if we did 75 divided by 150, that's going to give us the percent increase, right? It increased by 50%. Is that right? I'm tripping. No, because if you do 75 divided by 100, you get 0.75. But that's not a 75% increase. That's a 1.3 times 5 equals. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's actually the opposite. It's going to be radius over this. Okay. And so we're going to say self dot set. I'm going to say self dot scale times equals radius over level 1 radius. That was weird. Okay, so essentially what we're doing is that, yeah, so we're checking what the radius is supposed to be, okay? Oh, I guess we actually, self.scale times equals, okay. Okay, so, let's see, gotta open the phone and see if anyone commented here. Nope, we're good. So, essentially, what I just did, real quick for this tear gas thing, and what I will, actually, I'm gonna yoink this, and probably this, actually, for the healing area code, so I'm gonna take that right here. You know, it's not gonna work at first. So, we're going to go collision shape 2D dot shape dot set radius to the level 1 radius. So whatever that'll be, just in case I change that, right? Right now it's 75, so it's going to change 75 to 75, aka it's not going to change it. But it could, oh, no one's watching me. But it could change it, right? Then what we're going to do here, self.scale times equals radius over level 1 radius, is we're just multiplying the scale times whatever the difference in radius is. Not difference, but percent increase, right? So if we went from 75 to 100, and that was the increase, then we'd have a 1.33 increase, and we would multiply our scale times 1.33, and then we would get bigger by that amount. So that's that, baby. And yeah, run that real quick. That shouldn't be in too much of an issue here, because you can see if I do tear gas, oh, because there's no underscore. Why would I do that? So the reason I set tear gas there is because that's going to be a constant. Yeah, so totally works, no issues. Make sure it slows these guys down just like we would expect. And yeah, okay. There's our tear gas. Pretty good. Okay, sorry. Okay. Yep, okay, so I think we're done with the tear gas. And now I'm going to get working on this. So we don't have level 1 radius, which is the issue there. But so var level 1 radius equals items dot get underscore we'll say healing area dot get radius. Okay, and then here we need to now define radius, so that's going to be an onReady bar radius equals this, say shell type dot get radius. Okay, now we need to add a timer. We're also going to add a timeout node, and then this will be basically the death timer. So duration, and duration we have to get as well from right here. So say onReady bar duration equals items dot get shell type dot get duration, just like that. And now we're going to interpolate the property sprite, and I'm gonna go ahead and also okay, there we go, there's that. And what else do they want? Tween, we need a tween. Okay. Nice. So now that should work. It'll spawn itself. We've got the sprite here. I'm gonna go ahead and set this collision shape transform property to also be equal to 0.7. Now there's a few things I want to do visually here. So we're starting it on timeout. We're also going to tell it to kill itself. In fact, I'm going to guys. I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy and paste the same thing because that's like the same effect I want to work. Which is why I should probably make this more dynamic than it is. But this is easier, bro. This is seriously easier. Just to make 2 scenes, but I'm in a time crunch, so that's why I'm doing this sloppy like this. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and connect this to between all completed there, and I'm gonna go to tear gas, and we're gonna say if rated I true. Go into here. Okay, we'll go here. I'll say var ready _2 _die equals false. You play. Okay, nice and pretty, and that should all work. So now this will actually be functional already, except that it won't heal the turrets, obviously. And so I'm going to go into the HUD real quick and enable this thing so it actually exists. So yeah, go into HUD, UI tabs, go into Ordnance. I'll go ahead and make sure we're in that tab so I can see what I'm doing. Doing Ordnance here. Okay. And we'll check the last one here and duplicate it and go to the W tool. Make sure we got it. Just like that. Okay. Cool. Okay. And now we can go to oh, no, that's not it, Aaron. That's not it. We need to now add the option to select healing area. And now that we have that option, we can come in here, come to that turret, and then make sure we select it as healing area. And if we load up the game, you'll see that if I go over to Ordnance, I have something called healing area that shows me the damage and radius. It doesn't show me the information I want because I haven't set the thing to display the correct information quite yet. It only displays the damage and radius, but I'm going to be doing this differently in the future. So yeah, that's why I did that. So I'll just do 2 mortars. Fucking cool, bro. Well, how does it do this? Oh, it just spawns in normal. That's cool, dude. That's cool. Oh, you know why it does that? I do that because we gotta come into items. And we're gonna change these scenes. So the headshot, I haven't designed the headshots. I think that's what I'm gonna do right after I finish making this healing area. And did that work? Yes, it did. So now we're gonna spawn that scene. Damage 0, radius 50, healing per second is 1. And yeah, okay. Now the target position. Oh, that's why. It's because we have to set this. explosion scene, and now we stick the scene in there. Okay, there we go. And then should we do that? Okay, cool. Cool. Wait, not cool. Yeah, not cool. Wait, why did that on that? Put a tear gas that spawns a tear gas. Okay, so how exactly do I have this one set up? The scene is that. It doesn't matter what the texture is. Sprite headshot. Explosion scene. So we've got the correct explosion scene. Heroes healing area. Oh, that's the materials? Oh no, dude. That's not good. That's not where that's supposed to be. Okay, let me move to scenes. Fuck. Okay, move to scenes, characters, ordnance, and quick folder. Healing. Healing. Okay, and move to there. Move to there. Okay, and then we need to go to items now because this is going to be the wrong scene. Even this is not going to solve our problem. Let's see if anyone has gotten on here. No viewers, okay. It's odd. What odd is everyone eating dinner? Okay, so this is what I don't get. So I guess I gotta go into I guess I have to go into, because I set this up exactly in the same way. We could say should go here. Damage radius, healing duration. Just like this goes damage radius, slowing duration. That's good. Just to be consistent. So now I want to go to this. Oh, that's why, because we need this to say texture. Not say texture. That's why. Should copy that one. For headshot scene. Texture. Okay, and then I guess I will also use the bullet shell. And you know what? I think the tear gas would actually look better with this texture. Okay, now we should be able to do it. Flip scene. Whoa, that's kind of cool. Yeah, obviously it does nothing, but yeah, that works. Oh yes, it tried to attack it. That happened last time because I haven't changed the collision layers quite yet. So we want monitorable to be off. Yes, I do. And I actually only want this to mask with turret. There we go. So that'll solve that issue right off the bat. So we've got this thing, we've got this sprite, and this is going to be the base. This is going to be like, you know, it looks like it's healing. We'll go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and modulate it. I made these white, so that way we can just go ahead and modulate them to whatever color we like. So I'm going to get some kind of green here. I think I want like a nice healthy green. And then take the opacity down considerably, I think. I don't know. And then I'm gonna go ahead and in main again add healing area. And we're gonna move that just over here, just because I want to see what that looks like. Ooh, 50 is actually pretty big. I don't think I want to give that much ability here. If I made this, well, 25 is just tiny, right? Yeah, not big. I think that's actually what I want to do, though. Set bit scale. Well, here's a good way to see if this will work. So the radius is 30, so I went from 50 to 30, which, so that means, yeah, you want to order Chipotle?
Yeah.
Los Puntinos.
That's you.
No, we'll get Chipotle.
Oh my god, you already ate. Oh my god.
Chipotle, baby.
Can I order it after
Yes, you may.
Oh, you're using it.
No, not really. No one's in here.
Really?
Well, there were people in
Yeah.
here. They were hanging out with me. But I actually had 3 people in here at once.
Nice.
But then everyone left. My girlfriend's so supportive of you guys.
I am.
You are. I'm not. I wasn't being sarcastic. She's just used to me being sarcastic. Option. Oh, that's not what I wanted either. I want to do this shift option.
You're gonna have to sign backwards.
Tu mi teléfono. Oh no, no.
Not safe.
No, it's not safe.
Jenny's crazy. I don't know if she wants to like go outside or what.
So you guys, Chipotle comes first. Maybe she didn't need to go outside. Maybe you do need to go outside. Maybe you don't need to go outside.
You want to order anything?
No. I'm hoping that this is it. As a reminder, your password contains at least 8 characters. Oh, I think I know. Come on.
I didn't like so really fun.
I got it.
You got it?
I nailed it, dude. Okay. My girlfriend's twerking.
Oh my god.
No, she's not.
Oh my god.
I would never lie, dude. Okay. Oh, this is actually, yeah, this will be a great test because it didn't make it
Do
bigger.
you want a steak bowl?
A steak bowl.
That's what the last order is.
Yeah. Give me whatever I got last time. It was chill. Okay, so, oh, but that's, yes, okay.
You like the jerk or something, right?
Yeah, it's,
There's, are there 2 jerks? No.
yeah, there's one near, I thought there was 2. Uh-oh. Why is it not? So it doesn't look like it's doing this. So we're setting to level 1 radius. And then self dot scale times equals radius over level 1 radius. So we go into items. So radius is 50. So it should set it bigger than what it is. So if we go to main here. I'm sorry, not main, healing. Yeah, the radius is certainly set to 30, so it should get bigger.
We
Yeah,
have to park the car in the
yeah, I'm all ready. Couldn't change shit, radius. Oh, no, I know why. That's because Okay, so just for right now, I'm gonna do this. And so what that should do is make this bigger. Yeah, because not on this one because it's not being fed the data. I don't think that made it bigger. So radius should be 50. So if we set this to 50, 50 over 30. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Yeah, so that's 1.6. So we should be multiplying our scale times 1.6. I don't understand why that is not happening. Okay, so that's working. Interesting. So 50 over 30, that's 5 over 3, that's 1.6. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing it again on my phone. 50 over 30 is 1.667. So we do 1.667. Then it should be bigger than this, right? So just, I'll move it right here so that way I can so we got it right on that line of that pixel. So, okay, okay. Hold the oh, bitch, I think I know. It's because I'm doing int, yep. So even if I do 50 over 30, because I'm doing an int, yep. But now if I make just either of these a float, yep, that was the reason. Okay, so, and that is something I've learned from failure, y'all. Just tell that one in an interview. Okay, so do this. Okay. So yeah, so that is relatively easily solved. Now, we do this. So this one will be the same, but when we spawn this one. Oh, that I know. I actually know why that time. So level 1 radius is going to be now 30. Yep. Okay, that works. No more testing is needed. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is go into items and now actually set this radius equal to 30. Yeah, because that's the radius I want. And then now we can, rather than do all the code, because that's not nearly as enjoyable to watch, I'm going to start getting into this, although I will have to leave in a moment because we're going to go get Chipotle. Yeah, but I'm going to quickly do something that I've wanted to do. It doesn't look quite. I think I want to take the opacity or opacity. I forgot what I chose to call it. 0.47, 0.3. Save that. That looks like too dark now. I don't even know, you guys. Okay, do HSV, hue, saturation, vibrance. See, that's so annoying. That's something I wish they had is brightness. Because I can do this, but now it's too opaque. Now it's too opaque. Oh, but no, that's not what I want to do. I was like, I could just make the whole thing that way. Okay, so that go to me. Oh no. Oh no, you guys. Oh yeah, I was born ready.
Oh my god, Johnny.
All right, you guys. Thank you for watching. I don't think anyone's actually here right now, but I thought this was a pretty decent stream. Got some stuff done. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up tonight, although I don't think I'm gonna stream again. I'm gonna get this done, and then I think I'm gonna get all of the headshots done. So the headshots are these things that are going to be displayed here. So as you can see, they're all the same right now. So I'm gonna go make the headshots for those, and yeah, that's basically it. So that's quite cool. And then what else I'm gonna do? I think if I have time, I'll go ahead and make the UI for the health bars and the turrets. And yeah, I'm cramming. I want to get this done. I've got a lot of stuff to do this week, obviously with Thanksgiving and flying to Los Angeles and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully I finish this freaking game, because I honestly did not even think for a second that I wouldn't finish a game in a month, because I finished a game that seemed pretty complex in a week. But I might not finish, which would suck, because I would lose all motivation to finish this game, and I feel like I definitely want to finish this game. Anyway,